Hello, welcome to Ascension Arcana Tarot. This is Christine with a weekly romance reading. This reading was meant to find you whenever it finds you. It is a timeless reading. This is a general collective reading, so as always, please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I also wanted to add that I have started offering personal readings for sale, so if I resonate with you as a reader or if you feel called to ask me for a reading, my link is in my bio and also in the comments for purchase. All right, let's get started here. Eight of Wands and the Moon. I love that. That actually reminds me of an energy that I had earlier in a meditation that I was doing around just like sort of like plunging, like diving into your own emotional depths. That's like all that I'm seeing here is just that sort of driven, focused energy of that Eight of Wands kind of like diving in to the depths here of the Moon. That's really cool. I feel like the Eight of Wands brings with it like a, gosh, I don't know how to say this, like a clarity and like a targeted feeling. So there's like a lot of purpose there with that sort of inward focused energy. That's cool. I'm super drawn to the wolves in this card as well. So one of my spiritual coaches was saying to me the other day, it's like a old Cherokee legend. And the story is that a grandfather was talking to his grandson about how there are always like two wolves within us, right? So there's sort of like the light wolf and the dark wolf. And the light wolf is the wolf of like love, of joy, of healing, of peace. And then the dark wolf is like a sort of ego and fear energy. And what the grandfather said to the grandson is like, which wolf are you going to feed, right? So that's really standing out for me. Which wolf are you going to feed? Are you going to feed the love wolf or are you going to feed the fear wolf? I love that. So if you are in this collective, I feel that you are choosing to feed the wolf of love. The Fool is that energy of just sort of diving in fearlessly, of having like an open heart and open mind and really just surrendering to the universe around like whatever is the next step or the next piece for you. And that Six of Wands right after the Fool is that card of like recognition, of victory, of public acclaim. She's kind of got like this crowd of people in front of her, right? You can see their little hands sticking up, like to cheer for her up on that stage. That's a cool energy. I'm channeling the Star card because it has that similar feeling of like the spotlight kind of being on you, right? So like being a star, being noticed for something, right? Like kind of shining your light and being recognized for that. That's a cool energy. It's like a very attractive energy, both that surrender and that like complete self-confidence of that Six of Wands, and the surrender obviously coming from the Fool card. I have the Eight of Cups and the Page of Swords. I feel like as a romance reading, this one is really another one that's about you and sort of your inner journey in terms of like leveling up. I'm really drawn to the whimsy of that Page of Swords. So the Eight of Cups is that card of like in the past, right? Having sort of built something that was very emotional for you, that you were maybe attached to or you were really like invested in terms of like your emotional resources. But there kind of comes a point in your journey, you know, when this card comes out, that the thing that you have built in the past just no longer resonates for you. So it's this feeling of really recognizing that, kind of having like an aha moment or like some clarity come in, and walking away from that. Something I really like about the artwork in this deck is that she's walking away into the sunshine, right? So sometimes the Eight of Cups can kind of have like a sad vibe to it because it's like something that maybe the person is like not quite ready to let go of, right? But in this card, I feel an energy of clarity to it. I'm really drawn to this Eight of Wands and the Moon again. So I wonder if kind of doing that like emotional deep dive helps you to get clarity around whatever it is that you're moving on from. And the Page of Swords feels like really letting in this energy of like whimsy and lightness and like almost like releasing expectations. It's giving me like Alice in Wonderland vibes, honestly. So sort of like allowing the universe to be like bizarre and quirky and like odd and unexpected and surprising for you, and really just like letting that in, kind of this feeling of walking away from the thing that this Eight of Cups, it's like heavy. It was like weighing you down. And then you're walking into this like really light, open-minded energy. It's really vibing off the Fool as well. Big time. That sort of sense of like freedom and surrender. That's a really cool energy. I feel like if you're in this collective, you're just getting really clear. You're getting really clear about whatever emotionally has been holding you back. And just like, it's like you're just like release it in this beautiful, it's almost like a sighing out, like a surrendering, a sinking in, like a diving in, a dropping down kind of energy. Almost like I'm just getting this image in my head of like a tightrope walker falling like on purpose for whatever, just like kind of tipping themselves off the tightrope, but like landing in this big, soft like net, like that trampoline net, right? Where it like kind of just bounces you and you're like not hurt or anything like that. But it's that sort of feeling of surrender, of just like completely letting go and then being like caught and safe by the universe. That's really lovely. It's such a cool energy. I feel like in terms of romance, it's like you becoming your best version of yourself so that you are able to attract like what's really meant for you. So like if you're in this collective, kind of holding on to that, whatever this emotional piece is from the past that's represented by that Eight of Cups, it's almost like a version of you that maybe you think you should be, or that you're just used to being, right? But it's like you're outgrowing that part of you. It's almost like, I'm getting that funny image that I get sometimes of like a suit. Like you're wearing like this human suit, right? But you're kind of outgrowing it, almost like a snakeskin. So you like unzip the suit and you step out of it, and out of the suit steps like your real self, right? It's a really cool feeling. I love that. I feel like if you're in this collective, it's just the transformation process that you're going through right now. And I love like that Fool and that Page of Swords, because I feel like you're moving into this level up with just an open mind and an open heart, almost like a child or like a blank slate. Like I said, really free from those expectations, which feels so, it feels like light and free. And it feels like the energy of the universe can really like flow and like work with you in that space of openness. The Queen of Swords on the back. I like her. That feels peaceful. That Queen of Swords is feeling like that clarity energy again. The Five of Wands. I feel like these two want to come out. I was just going to put them back and they were like, nope. All right. The Five of Wands and the Hierophant. Oh, I love this. Okay. So I feel like I'm drawn to like this ascension energy in both of these cards, but this is like this failed ascension attempt of like chaos and ego. And this is like this beautiful ascension of like joy and peace. I feel like it's exactly what I was saying about the wolves in the moon card. And they're like actually even on the correct side, where like the dark wolf is this, and then the light wolf is like this Hierophant card. So I feel like if that story resonated for you at all, that's the same energy. So it's like what's coming to me in like my inner voice is like, you are going to move forward anyways. Like you are this, if you're in this collective, this is your energy, right? Where you're kind of leaving, I'm going to call this past cup, this heavy thing is kind of like the dark wolf. Again, it's like on the correct side. This is so funny. I see this, I'm feeling this cup as the dark wolf and the sun as like this light wolf, right? So you're moving forward anyways. You're in a position where you can either feel like regret or fear about what it is that you're leaving behind, or you can move forward into that sort of light energy with trust and openness and love. And I feel like for this collective, that's the answer. Whatever this heavy emotional thing is from the past, like as you're releasing that, this is the energy that you're moving into. It's like this very divine energy, this beautiful ascension energy, right? Like kind of going up those stairs into the light and doing it with so much joy. This guy's really chill too. He just looks relaxed and he's laughing. It's a cute card. I like this one. I feel like if you're in this collective, the message here for you is not to get stuck in that Five of Wands energy. So for me, a lot of times this card represents like that sort of internal ego chatter. So that would be like that black wolf, that fear, that ego saying like, oh, you're leaving this thing behind, but what if you need it? But what if it's important? But what if, you know, that's really the right way or something like that? I feel like it's important for you to do that deep dive into your own emotions so that you're really able to get clear, like in your heart, in your soul, around whatever this emotional thing is that you're moving on from, right? I feel that if you're in this collective, you will have that clarity and you will be able to say to that ego voice, to that dark wolf, you'll be able to sort of shut that voice down because you're going to be able to trust your heart and your soul and this clarity that you have around moving on. It's funny, when I was reading the Page of Swords, I was totally thinking of the Page of Cups because he's also like an Alice in Wonderland type energy with his legs dangling off the card and then coming up here again. That's a lot of really sweet emotional energy. I love that. The Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups. That feels very intuitive for me. I feel like the message here is to trust your intuition. So kind of, and we even had that Queen of Swords before too. So it feels to me like everything kind of aligning. Like you're doing this deep dive into your emotions. It's like pretty targeted. You're getting clear. You're being told that you can trust that clarity. You can trust sort of that clarity in your mind. You can trust the clarity in your intuition. And again, just like that whimsy, I just feel like this, the Fool, the Page of Swords, and the Page of Cups now too, like this just childlike wonder and openness and delight and innocence. It's just such a beautiful feeling because it's so open. It doesn't mean not having boundaries or something like that, but it's just really being open to whatever quirky, strange ways the universe might show up to love you. It's just like really sweet. I love this energy. What else do we have here? Any more advice for this collective? I saw that. We got the Knight of Cups. So like a lot of water energy here. It's very interesting. All right in a row. I've shuffled this deck so many times. So it's really funny to me that the Queen, Page, and Knight all just came out. It's not like these cards are even remotely in order. I don't know why I feel called to show that. The Seven of Pentacles. It's funny. I was just... Excuse me. I was just thinking it's a lot of water energy and this is like a much more grounded card. So I feel like this is showing sort of the roots. Like you are growing something under the ground right now that you may not be seeing the results kind of in your physical life yet. You may not be seeing much above the ground, but just know that what you're going through right now, this healing that you're doing, this releasing, this moving forward, it's like you growing those spiritual roots. It's you really kind of, I don't know how to say this, like digging in your foundation, right? In like the best way. Like I feel like a kid playing in the dirt or something, just like digging my fingers in the dirt and like how good that feels. It's you kind of digging your foundation. Anyways, the Knight of Cups is so sweet. I feel like that's finally, that's the romance part, right? So this is literally the knight in shining armor. He's got his beautiful white horse. He's got his roses. He's taken his hat off because he's a gentleman, right? As he's approaching. So the gender on the card, as always, is irrelevant. It's just the energy that's there. So it's that energy of being approached in like a really sweet, open, romantic way. He's got like a little picnic. He's got a love letter. It's just like really sweet. I feel like it's the universe romancing the heck out of you in like all these unexpected, quirky, whimsical ways. And you're able to receive that romance because you're completely open. You're like completely open-minded, and you're really releasing all ideas of what you think that romance should look like. It's like so sweet. I love this energy. Do anything else to say? The Star. How perfect. I was channeling that card. Remember I talked about that? Oh, it's just the Seven of Pentacles came back. I'm just going to leave him out because I shuffled it over my thumb. He wants to be here. When I was talking about the Six of Wands, I channeled the Star. To me, it feels like you, I don't even know how else to describe this. The energy is like really, really powerful. And I feel like the attractiveness and the magnetism of the energy here. It's really you, because you are so free and open to the universe, and you really are releasing control. You're releasing expectations. You're releasing attachments, and you're just wide open, being like your most beautiful, wonderful self. I feel like you're just like cracking open, right? And like your heart is able to shine kind of through those cracks. And it's so bright and brilliant and beautiful that you're just like attracting all of this wonderful, quirky romance to you. It's like so sweet. The Star is that card of the spotlight, of shining, of wishes come true. It could be something that feels like a long time coming, especially with the Seven of Pentacles next to it. Kind of has that feeling of, again, like that there's a lot of rooting going on, but maybe not as much growing on the surface going on. So whatever you're manifesting is probably still in the process of manifesting, right? But you're building like a really solid, beautiful foundation of like healing and openness. So lovely. Wow, what an awesome energy. I love this. This is a cool reading. That's a really cool reading. So this is kind of funny. I've been channeling the song, So This Is Love from Cinderella. I get that song stuck in my head every once in a while, but I've had it stuck in my head all afternoon. And I just like that sort of Disney princess vibe. It's coming to me with that Star card. And I just feel like I'm seeing this vision of like you, but like your inner child within you, like wishing on a star. And that feels like very powerful to me, to manifest by putting like the wishes, the desires, the dreams of your heart out to the universe, and just like speaking them out loud to the stars and telling the universe what it is that you desire and hope for. Like, I don't know, there's something that feels so beautiful about that to me. Just sort of speaking out all of your beautiful like wishes and hopes. I don't know how else to say that. It just feels like really powerful. And it also feels like in speaking those hopes with sort of this innocence and sincerity, like the universe feels your gratitude and like your awe. Yeah, I don't know how else to say that. Like, I feel like it feels really good to the universe to hear you speak your beautiful wishes. So if that resonates for you at all, like, go outside and speak to the stars about what it is that you'd like to call in, because that energy feels so lovely. And I feel like engaging in that way that makes the universe feel really good is like very powerful. It's almost like it feels like appreciating the possibilities and like the magic of being able to co-create with like God, the universe, your higher power, your source, whatever resonates for you. It's really beautiful. It's like an invitation to co-create. It's an invitation to partner with the divine in your life. I love that. Yeah, it just came to me too, like, if you are in this collective and you're going through this energy, something that could be really powerful for you is speaking out loud, like your love list, right? So like the things that you want in a potential partner, in a potential relationship, speaking those desires and wishes out to the universe and really letting the universe co-create that with you, right? And like really letting the universe know what it is that you value and what it is that you want. These are my twin flame cards. We have clearing, karma, kundalini activation on the bottom. Yeah, whoever is in this collective is definitely waking the heck up right now. Like, there is no doubt about that. We have 99 sacred sexuality, accessing the unified field. Yeah, to me that one feels like it's around just protecting your sacred energy. My spiritual teachers talk about that, like not leaking your energy to anyone beyond like your twin flame, right? So like your divine connection, that person that was made just for you. I feel that. I feel like if you're in this collective, you really deserve to have your person, however that resonates for you, right? Okay. We've got 7/7 mystical messages, follow the signs. I love that. I feel like that card speaks to that quirkiness of like the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups, like the Alice in Wonderland type feeling that I was getting. And that's kind of what Alice did in the movie, right? She just sort of went with the flow because she didn't really have any other choice, and she sort of followed the signs to the best of her ability. It feels like that. That's such a cool energy. 2/2 divine order, practice patience. Yes, I feel like that speaks again to this energy I was talking about with the star and the 7 of Pentacles, where there's just a bit of a rooting process, a grounding process as you are going through this releasing and grounding in yourself, getting to know yourself more, right? And I feel like getting to know your relationship with the divine more as well. I love this last one. It says 4/4 trust, ask, listen, and allow. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing of it. Goes back to the Fool card, right? Where she's almost like trust falling into the arms of the universe, and she can have faith knowing that she's going to be safe. Like the energy I was talking about with the tightrope walker, right? Where they kind of fall off the tightrope and then they're caught nice and safe by the trampoline. I'm super drawn to this like heart symbol, so I don't know if that means anything to anybody here, but I'm super drawn to that. And also the 4/4 is 44 is that like energy of building your foundation, right? So that's really sweet. Wow, that feels very complete. I feel like we got a lot of nice like tie-in messages here. This was like a tight reading. Yeah, this is awesome. If you are in this collective, I just feel like happy adventures to you. Like this is such a cool energy. Yeah, you're going to have a good time. You're going to have a good time with the universe. Again, if you feel called to go further with me as a reader, I have a link in my bio and in the comments to my link tree, which has my space to buy my readings. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye.